Hey, y'all remember Cindy, don't you? You have to. Well, Cindy has been getting a lot of modifications. A lot of them. You know Cindy. Cindy has a tendency not to listen. Oh my goodness. And with that, I got tired of it. And so, yeah, I know Cindy very well now. Very well. Hey, sweetie. And so now she has extensions, I guess. The antennas everywhere. Everywhere. She used to have a little sound system, and I got tired of it. I got to scrape all the stuff off. And then, oh yeah, well, we all know that. What makes Cindy special. I was going to call you Carl for a while, but that just don't work. But all that don't matter if the controller don't control it. And I found out that the hard way after all that, and she took off again. And then I realized it was the batteries this time. The control, dude, oh man, if it ain't one, it's two. Well, it was two. So the first thing, I think I did a thing somewhere, video might have been, of I rerouted the antenna. It was in there and it was tucked and laid in behind some stuff, and every video that I've seen, anybody that's made a video about stuff like that is, yeah, they expose it, bring it out here somewhere. So I did all front and center, and you see it's just, anything I do is in a way. It worked okay for a while until, wait a minute, this thing's got screws in it, don't it? Yeah, that's right, because, anyway, the antenna. So I ran another antenna, used one of these, see if I can reach it right quick. Use one of these things here that I bought off Amazon. eBay, Amazon, it's all the same thing. And I cut the plug off of it, and I stripped the little insulation stuff down to it like I've started on this one. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, yeah. And then I cut the head off of it and get the little center wire. And this little center wire, turns out, it's thinner than a human hair. I can't even see the thing. I can't see it, but I can feel it. And anyways, so I got it soldered up in there, barely, and wrong the first time. When I did this, I extended it out the fake antennas that come with it. The two antennas just pop right in there. Well, if I can do it on the camera, but anyway, and they just and they click right into place. So then they go so well I can't even click this one. But they sure look. Oh, they look like they're doing something, don't they? All cute and pretty and everything, and sleek. And somebody even had to put a little hinge pin in the thing. All that trouble, and it doesn't do anything but look like it does something. You ask. So why would they? So anyway, and then if that wasn't bad enough, on top of it, had two of these things in there. That weighs 1.2 ounce. It had 2.4 ounces of weight in here to make it feel like it had more substantial components. Are you kidding? So this times two, just so that's what did it. I said, no, I'm not having it. I am not participating in the madness. So I took the screws out of it. I didn't have but 4 and didn't need them. I only put 2 back in here, and it turns out every time I turn around, well, I'm either going up in that or I'm going up in this. So 2 screws will do. But I'm so proud of my last little project. And am I using the camera for this? Well, I did not mean to do that, because I had 2 things that I had done. I ain't gonna be able to show you one now. I got pictures of it that I ain't gonna be able to go into because the camera's running. And if I'd done this through the screensaver, well, it would have been better. But I'll put my big ugly foot on there. Yeah, it's not exactly easy to do with one hand. It's not really pleasant with two. But it's gonna happen. There it comes. And the last one had wires holding it all in there because the camera up and downy button, I don't have one right now. Yeah, I took mine out. Whoops. I didn't like it. And I'm gonna have push buttons for mine. And anyway, and look what I did. Look at the batteries I put in here. This crazy thing used 6 AA batteries. 6 of them. And that's about $5. And it lasts about 3 days of some good heavy flight sessions. And that was my problem. Cindy just took off and didn't listen at all. And it turned out it was my fault I didn't have batteries in it. So first, I used the weight wells of where they had the weights in the first place. And you can see I dremeled them down, I cut them down, and I took the wires and I made my own little contacts and I slid them over top of the little thingies there, and I put one here, and 2 batteries just did run across this LCD panel display on the front here and reached, I mean, it was just jamming it in there, but it fit. And then I routed, well, you can't see that because now I've even cut that away. But I couldn't replace the batteries. So I was going to buy a flashlight and cut the head off of it and jam the whole thing in there and wire it. And then I'd have a little switch out the side, right? And, I was just getting ready to do that, but I couldn't buy one flashlight. They wanted 2. Wanted to sell me 2 of them. And it just on and on and on and back and forth and just would not stop. And then the other project, I told you I soldered the thing in there wrong. Oh, I soldered it wrong. And if I get a little pointer here, where's the screwdriver? Cindy, I lost your screwdriver, Cindy. Oh, yeah. This is where everything solders to. Soldered it there because I didn't pay attention to what I was doing, and it doesn't even go there. And there's the ground that's got a cold joint there going on, but so I've tugged on these wires a little bit. They ain't going nowhere. And the center wires, which I didn't know that it had at first. That was the first thing that I did wrong, is I jammed both of them together and ran it so well. It listened about 10 feet away, and then, whoo, that wasn't good. So I bought a new soldering iron that works, and oh baby, life's been a dream ever since for this stuff. This is smooth as silk now. So my third, I'm getting ready to take this one out altogether because the little thing just flops around. And it's just a matter of time for that's a done deal. Love the versatility of this. Bought this on Amazon. And you can see it, if it looks like it's been modified, that's because it's been modified too. It's got a blade paddle in it. I trusted that it did. But when they sent it to me, it was set up for a right angle, right? But the thing was facing left and right. And you couldn't turn it. What the heck? I could not believe it. I couldn't believe they did that. So, of course, then I had to take it and split it apart and come in there and find out, oh yeah, it actually does work. And there's a front and a back to it. And once I determined which was which, then I ran the little thing and I had to strip down the little pokey-uppy, ridgy things on it to get it to go where it should have gone in the first place. And if I'd have been thinking a little bit, I'd have gone ahead and stripped them the rest of the way down so I could get that 90 degrees out of it. But I didn't want to stress my little wire, right? That little wire doesn't turn. You got to turn the whole thing. Wait a minute. This isn't the one. I got another one that does. If you lean it up, the wire just runs in there, and if you lean it up and turn it, the wire tries to turn in that angle, and that's not good for it. Anyway, this ain't it. So I did that. Ground the button down because every time I turned around, this headless mode was on. And if you don't know that it's on, Well, it defeats the purpose of having it or not having it in the first place. The zone goes exactly the opposite of what you think that it's supposed to, and you have to figure it out right quick. A lot of times you ain't got time to. Damn it. So, yeah, somehow it kept getting turned on. I got everything, I'll just fly it, and next thing I know, what in the world? So, got rid of these fake buttons. I just ground them down because I've got a medallion coming, and I'm going to put the medallion here, and then that takes care of all that. And yeah, my little battery thing, and then how this fit back. If I'd have been thinking, see, I was having trouble the first time. It just did fit in this cutaway that I really didn't think mattered. Yeah, it matters. It does matter. It didn't have to matter, but that's what they did with it. They shoved it. They had to cut the circuit board around and for the battery compartment. If I'd have been thinking, I could have moved my little array. Oh, good gracious. Back down. Again, this one-hand business. This feels right. Come on, boo. Anyway, I could have moved my array. You see what this just split the difference here, right? Split the difference, and that, I know it don't look like it on the camera, but that's a little better than a 1/4 inch from there to there. A little better from there. It's a little more than a 1/2 inch. Split it by moving this down a little bit would have left a ledge, and I cut this more and would have left it here. This would have been scooted down more. I could have actually reused the pin light batteries if I'd have gone in and soldered, left that connection and soldered both, so I could use one or the other. So say that I'm flying and these drain down for whatever, I could have run to the convenience store and got some batteries right quick, $5, and continued flying. Yeah, you'll know next time. So if you're thinking about doing this, it works. It works. It does work. I went ahead and just glued. Let me say that too, because I didn't really point that out. It's kind of necessary. Yes, I did. The LCD display on here. I just stuck a little, wasn't even hot glue. It was, it's actually, it's this stuff right here. That is some miraculously good sealant, for what it says. But anyway, it makes a good glue too, like a temporary. It's not going to waterproof everything, and if you really, really, really want to, you can scrape it off, and it doesn't leave residual. See, so that's one of the reasons. So that's what I said is all over here right this minute, and I'll buff it off. And you see, Cindy's got her own little sunglasses. Ain't they adorable? And I had that stuff on there holding the sunglasses on, but I've learned that if there is no clearance there, you can't tell it on. There's no clearance. You barely get a piece of paper through there. And when Cindy bumps into something, the pitch from the thing goes over there and hits them in the back of the thing, and then I have to hunt for them for 20 minutes. So it's better that they're just not glued on at all. She'll fly with them. And then plus, you ain't gonna believe this. You ain't gonna believe what I did. It's, let's see if I can do this again now.
Who's that? A free TurboTax live tax expert. Why do you need a tax expert?
Why do you need a tax expert? And then, you ain't gonna believe what I did. I bought these things. What are they? Well, they're eyes. They're eyes for dolls. Or I don't know what kind of. There's some. You got a scary daggone doll putting them on there. But anyway, there they are. And of course, I thought it'd be hilarious for Cindy to have some eyes to go with them frames. Oh, Cindy, you're just gonna be, baby. You just gonna be. That is, so like I said before, most people has a pet doggy or a kitty or even goldfish. I got a pet drone. My drone, I love my drone. I love Cindy. It has been a up and down relationship, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not. And there's the whole learning experience and aspects of everything for me, and yeah, it goes right back together. And yeah, don't look at my ugly hole now. Don't you look at my hole. I told you I've got buttons ordered, and they're little momentaries. So I'll just hit the camera up and down, which is it's got an issue with it right now, and I'm not sure. But when it turns on and initiates, it's supposed to look down and then back up and doot, or what it don't. It tries to go up and continue to go up, and it buzzes until it gets hot and turns itself off. Damn. Well, I suppose I did that somehow, so I'll have to internet. Maybe it's in here somewhere. I don't know. I ain't seen it. I spent a little bit of time looking for it a while ago, and the thing that I was most proud of altogether, except for I didn't think about it exactly. I could have left another millimeter of ridge. See that ridge right there? Well, I did away with it all across here. And I kind of needed to, but you see, if I really put a little bit of pressure on it, I could have kept it. And it's 100% it's not necessary, but it just would have been better. But the daggone lid fits back on there. I thought I was going to have duct tape around the thing holding the batteries in, all rednecky. No. And here's the thing, the bottom line on this is why? Why did I have to do this? Why don't they have monkeys at the factory to put, he had to solder the thing anyway, right? He had to solder that damn thing. Why couldn't he just solder this little thing? This little thing here, stick a 50-cent antenna on there and let me go ahead and buy, the high gain deals, or the little bladey paddle deals, or the other little, what they call, clover leaf here. Clover leaf. Yeah, I got them too. They on the way. All this will be here, well, I don't know when the video is. I already got them. But as I'm making this video, they'll be here tomorrow. By the time anybody else see it, yeah, man. So I was thinking about putting, let's see what we got here, so I can show my thing. So we would have a horizontal. We control the horizontal. We control the vertical. And then gonna pop the top and put one of them clover leaves. Look at that. Come right out either out the side, or I've seen other people run them straight out the side here. But you've already seen Cindy run, man. This is the only drone that I know of that I can fly it in the absolute pouring rain. Pouring rain. And, maybe if I squirt some stuff on there first and then run it, and then keep it below the water line, so I can take the cover on and off. Because right now there's one thing, there's a GPS unit right here in the top of it. When you pop the top, you got to unplug the GPS, and that's it. The rest of it's accessible. And I'm just pleased as punch. My love affair has just been rekindled. I absolutely love my drone. I love Cindy. It is one of the best drone experiences I have had and could wish to hope for. Now, drawbacks, she flies 18 minutes, tops. That's it. 150 feet away now, maybe with my upgrades, because again, I live in an area that's really densely populated, so the signal pollution that I'm flying through and around amongst it limits and hinders my experience dramatically. And yeah, you can see the videos. I gotta go hunt for her every once in a while, and that's how she got her name. Yep, she spends a whole lot of her time just like that. Got the legs up in there. So that's exactly how she got her name. I got tired of it, I tell you. And then the last thing, I just wrecked it the other day and broke it. I broke it, and you can't see it right this minute. But right there's just missing a screw, ripped it right out. And then I had to come in here with the soldering iron and make a plastic weld, big old ugly weld in there. Focus, please. It's not going up. But anyway, had to. Broke it, cracked it right there. And that first array with the batteries going across here and everything, I touched live battery to something in here, and I lost my display for like a week. I had no idea what was going on here. What you see now is what I was looking at when I was trying to fly the drone. And I couldn't remember. Is this on or is that off? I couldn't remember. And so then I went ahead and ordered after. It took me a week. Oh, you know what? That's another thing to consider when you want a drone. Where you gonna get parts for it? Who sells the parts? Because that didn't turn out for me. Now, if you're gonna spend one of them $1,000 drones, I imagine they sell a DJ or no, we didn't do that. And if you want to get real technical, man, wait till you see what I've done. Let me pause this thing and go ahead and put all this stuff back. You ain't gonna believe it. Hang on just a second. Now, we done moved up in here in the other room. And I can show you my little, I got a little case. I made for Cindy and all her attachments. And Cindy fits in here just fine and just barely. I ain't kidding, just barely. Everything's got to go the way it's got to go. And then with that, look at my little box. So yeah, Cindy's got 3 batteries, which yeah, we know, baby. She loves to be here. She is so happy to be here. And you can just slide a little battery right in there, no problem. And it'll get a charging. And the thing's got a 5-hour recharge rate. So 5 versus 18 minutes flight. So you see, that's why I got the batteries. I did find the chargers on Amazon, but the battery had to be purchased off of Bangkok or one of them. They all the same. Takes a month or so to get here if it ever does. Got the rechargeable batteries from eBay, so I got 6 or 8 of them with a couple of chargers. And I bought, well, you can't see it, but I bought this thing with a plug and stick it outside. And of course, I'm gonna cut the plug off and put one of those quick release things in here. I'm gonna plug it in the side, all James Bond and stuff. But yeah, and it had 3 USBs out there which run my chargers. So everything, good gracious. And then the thing that I am just about the most proud of, because it's so simple. It is so absolutely simple. Remember, I made this thing. And I loved it. And some of you remember or have seen it, and some of you don't. But basically, you do the spin thing, you just pick it up with one hand and just twirl it. You know, you have to, and there it is. So you can hold the camera or whatever you're doing. I've seen grown men spinning in a circle in the middle of the field, and I wonder what they must look like when the world's going by. And they don't know. I said, I'm not doing that. I refuse. Well, as it turns out, the whole process for this drone in particular would be as simple as, let me see if I can still do it with one hand. But I've got one of these little things here, a little camera strappy thing. Excuse me, Sandy. And put the little battery in there. And just before I put the battery in there, I slide the end of the little strappy thing in there, which, you know, when I got both hands and no camera in my hand, it works very well. But anyway, that's what it ends up doing, is that right there. And so, I might as well show everything now. Da-da. Just happy to be here. And do the beep beep. And then there goes the thing. And then, like I said, normally I would have picked it up with the thing here. But now, of course, I don't mind doing this part by hand. It's easy enough. It only takes two. But this part, and so I just use the little thing here. And how many times we talking about? 2, 3 is the charm. And just look at this. Watch. 1, 2, 3. And just like that. Is that not? So, well, except for the part you don't have to throw it all around. See there? And lost the sunglasses. And then just watch this. It just yanks out because there's nothing to hold it. And you put it right back. Well, I'm doing it with one hand. Put it right back on the little clothes rack. Is that not cool? And the whole thing's ready to go. Except, oh, Cindy, you got to have that. Why? Why did my dumb ass have to come up and invent that? Why don't they even make this part? But they don't. They don't. So the cool case and everything, I'm very proud of. Very proud. Look, see, you've got Cindy's name on it. So everybody, you're getting famous, girl. See, all my neighbors know her. In fact, I don't know what they said, but Cindy don't like one of them. Said, damn, she's lashed out at him twice now. I just went and just lashed out at him. So God, girl, you gonna get me in trouble. But yeah, I'm sure they started it. I'm sure it was all their fault. Anyway, oh, and then the last part. I got a secret weapon down here. I ain't even supposed to have it. I ain't even gonna talk about it. You might know what you're looking at. If you don't, well, you didn't hear it from me. And it turns out it might fit up in the thing here. I've been looking for a place, and that's the part 3 of my other project. See, I'm gonna have my horizontal antenna. I'm gonna have my vertical antenna, and they're gonna be pitchable and variable. I'm gonna have my 2 clover leaves out the side for Cindy, and then we're gonna add a secret weapon with the turbocharge in there, and by cracky and Jiminy. Yep. I'm telling you, it's gonna. Well, we know, baby. Thank you for telling me. And I just love that. Look at the battery. It's wide open. It's got plenty of battery. In fact, it's got a little too much battery. It's 7.2 volts. And it's supposed to be 6. So, yeah, maybe that'll help too. I ain't scared of another vote. Ain't gonna hurt nothing, is it? It ain't yet. Oh, if it will, I'll find out. I'll find out and let you know. Until then, come on, man, come join me. I ain't gonna be the first one to leave now. I got enough. I'm gonna be able to play for a while with the rest of you. And I'm embarrassed to tell you this part. That drone cost me $130, $135, $37. I think $137, shipping, everything, Amazon, and then the peripherals and everything else that you see and I've shown you. I've got about another $150 in. I could have bought a Faith 2 for the same price. But it wouldn't been near as much fun. Not near as much. And I don't think that thing flies in the rain. What do you think, Cindy? Huh? You think that little thing be scared? It'd be scared, wouldn't it? You know it would. So, with that, I have gotten my money's worth out of this drone so far. The first experience was, well, there was just chalk it up to the learning curve. Now I know all I need to know. And I know enough that me and Cindy's, we gonna have a love affair that's gonna last for a right good while. Right good while. I might have another video to show you, because we're gonna do some nature scenic videoing. That's next on the list. Now that we got all the peripherals and we got the thing here, and I'm gonna put it on the scooter and we're gonna take off with it, and that's gonna be our next spot. Come join us, won't you?